So welcome everyone. Hope everybody's having a phenomenal day so far. I'm going to quickly go ahead and just share my screen. It's going to be the trading view. And I first just want to cover what happened last week when it comes to the overall market. So first, I do want to cover SPY. Again, I'll cover what's happening today. But on the larger time frame, as you can see, and this is why everybody talks about supply and demand zones, right? We talk about supply and demand zones oftentimes. Why? Because these are levels. If you really want to become a really good trader, forget about the crazy indicators. What you want to do is that you want to go ahead and just focus on supply and demand. King Lattimore said, bought some Apple and Microsoft today. I talked about Microsoft several times. I promise you, there's no way for Microsoft to go down to 220, 210. Something drastic has to happen, right? So Microsoft right now, in my opinion, is indeed at a discount. Right now is at a discount of 33% when it comes to Microsoft. Roderick been trying to get approved for standard options since February with no luck. Roderick, just send me a direct message on Zoom on what's going on. And I'll be more than happy to take a look at that. Right. So at the end of the day, SPY, again, market structure, we were making lower lows and lower highs. But even if we look here, and again, one of the critical ways that you can do is by turning your candles into a line. We can see that back in November is when we tested these lows of 350, right? And then the other lows that we had were back in June. In June, we hit 366. And what happened? Just this month, the month of September, which historically is known as a very bloody month, we went all the way down to 357. Today, we're bouncing back up, which I really like. But ideally, for us to be back bullish and for us to create a new higher high, we have to get above the famous 370. Can somebody tell me why 370? Good morning, El. Welcome. Why 370? Why is 370 the number that we have to get above for us? Okay, demand. M, you're always on point. I love it. New higher high. You got it. That's the last lower high, right? We always talk about lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. And once we finally break above that last lower high, we now have a new higher high. So it's just break of structure. I'm telling you, I really want everybody to focus on market structure. I keep talking about that so many different times. I put an ebook in the Facebook chat. Hopefully everybody's able to get access to that. That is honestly all you need to trade anything on any given time frame. You can definitely use market structure and the break of market structure. So right now, we do understand that 370 is the next level. See, Tommy said it. That ebook took me to a new level. I love it. It's all about price action, right? And as you can see here, if we go all the way to the top of 370, that's the level that we have to get above. But yes, we also have a intermediate, a level in between, which is this level of 366. And you're probably asking, Chris, where the heck did you get that level? Well, I just got this level off the low right here of this day, right? So we have to get above that 365.86 level, AKA 366, because we always round it up. Why? Because hedge funds always round up their numbers. So we are going to do the exact same thing, right? So above 366, that's the first target there when it comes to SPY. After that, we get above the 370, right? So we are seeing a drastic bounce off the lows of last week, which was 357. If we look at QQQ is ETF. And as you can see, we have a similar structure here. We made a lower high. It's trying to make it made a lower low. It's trying to make a lower high. The last lower high was this big level here all the way at the top of 280. So we have to get back to 280 to finally be able to say that we are now bullish, right? So we are still bearish, but price is definitely reacting, and we do have some bullish momentum today, which we will definitely go ahead and cover, right? So let me just quickly go ahead and go into my slide deck real quick, because I do want to go through a quick exercise, more of a mental exercise on how we're going to win the next 3 months that we have in front of us. And with that being said, can everyone just drop a 1 if you're able to see my screen here? The market drip 1003. Okay, excellent, right? So again, welcome, market drip 1003, the week of October 3rd. I also want to say that we had just started Q4, quarter 4, right? Quarter 4 is what we just started at this moment. I want to go ahead and just say this. What are some of the changes that you're going to make when it comes to quarter 4? How are you going to win this Q4, right? Can somebody just go ahead and drop in the chat? What are the things that you're going to change? Any modifications or a different approach that you're going to have when it comes to Q4, whether it's for your business, whether it's for trading, whether it's for your personal development? Can somebody say? I'm gonna kill with Apple in my daily trade, prep for Q1 2023. I like that. Okay. How about Q4? The next 3 months, 8 and 13. I like that. Why 8 and 13? And again, we keep talking about that. And I hope that people understand why 8 and 13 work. And actually, just because you mentioned it, I'm going to go ahead and just quickly go to it right now. This is why 8 and 13 is what we're doing. People talk about, Chris, you change your EMAs. Yes, I definitely did. And I'm going to show you why I changed the EMAs, right? So let's go ahead and grab 1, 2, right? We have our first one here, which is our 8. I'm going to put this one in white, a little thicker like that. Okay. The next EMA, I'm going to go ahead and just add this one as a 13. 13, I'm going to put it in orange. Can somebody tell me, and actually we'll just recapture SPY. SPY did what? SPY did it was gapping up. More than oftentimes when price gaps up, you got to be careful for various reasons. More than oftentimes when price gaps up, it's just not going to continue shooting up. It's actually going to come back down, give you a re-entry, and then be able to come back up, right? So understand that in a gap up, we always come down and we go back up. I got a hand up by Tony. I'll go ahead and take that while we're in the middle of explaining the gap down and then talk about SPY. And I'll answer Nicole's question here. So she was using the 8 and 15. There's not much of a difference between the 8 and 15. Why? Because the 13 is just 2 days. I use the 8 and 13, which is a shorter time frame. If the 8 and 15 is working for you and it's profitable, by all means, continue using the system that works, right? So if 8 and 15 is profitable, you're getting into good signals, you're making your 20%, that's how you're able to do it. Just stick with the 8 and 15. The reason why I went to 8 and 13 is because of the following, right? We open red candle, a bit of a crossover, right? And we did call out SPY puts this morning off the first 15 minutes. Look how in the first 15 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and just put this, in the first 15 minutes, our signal was to go into puts. And we told everybody, just go ahead and scalp it. Why? Because we have seen lots of intraday reversals. Hence, we have to be careful and we have to be quick to taking profits, right? So if we continue, what happens next? Another crossover, but now we have it towards the upside. And this is when we went ahead in the Discord and we called out what? We called out calls. So look how quick price is moving and price is fluctuating when it comes to the market. For that reason, if we want to be able to understand in a quicker manner, where is price going to? What's going to be the momentum for price? We have to understand that we have to have shorter EMAs. Shorter EMAs will give us that quick one, right? That's going to be critical, right? And if you continue here, look at SPY the entire time. Look how price is so far away. Price is so far away from the EMAs. And that's what I love to see when I go for calls. That's what I love to see. And at the end of the day, look, we had a really good run all the way from 360 to the top of 365. That's a phenomenal trade. And then look now we had a quick crossover and now price is going back up, right? So this is the reason why we are doing the shorter EMAs. I promise you, if you are a super scalper, right? If you are somebody that is a super scalper, Martin, who's my business partner, he actually uses the 5 EMA, right? Because the 5, I mean, we definitely ate on SPY today. Yeah, SPY. I mean, this right here was a 70% call out right here. This right here was a 13% call out, right? The 5 EMA helps you even more because look how the 5 EMA, it literally hugs price. So now you're able to get an entry for puts at the break of the 8 EMA right here. Why? Because as you can see, price closed below it, right? So that right there is super, super critical for everybody to understand. And that is the reason why we're going with the 8 and 13. And I highly recommend you to practice it. You know, listen, do lots of back testing. You could definitely do it with the replay button that we have here when it comes to SPY.